Welcome to week 2 of earnings season. And while it's a little bit slow in this week before we get the FANGs and a whole host of other companies, there's still a lot of big caps that are reporting this week. So I went through the smaller list to see who is going to be the most important to watch this week and what do their charts look like. So I pulled out the 5 best names, ones that are probably going to have an impact on the economy this year. And so let's take a look and see what their earnings trends look like. So the first one, I don't think anyone's going to be surprised at that I pulled out a railroad. CSX always leads off the rails. It only has that one miss in early 2014, so it does have this excellent track record. But CSX has had a recent tragedy in that its CEO died in December. The COO has taken over for now, but as you can see, that hasn't really influenced the stock, which is busted out here to new 5-year highs in 2018. All the transports on the railroad side look real bullish in this same way. So we're going to hear from CSX first to see kind of how business is looking for the new year, and are investors just getting a little too optimistic or maybe not here. So this will be definitely one to watch. And then the second stock I pulled out is one of the financials. And it is one of the more important ones because Goldman Sachs, because it's such a big component of the Dow now. So as you know, the Dow is weighted based on the price of the stocks. Goldman Sachs is up around $250. That puts it as the number 2 component in the Dow. It's about almost 7% weighted in the Dow now. So that's why you should be watching this one. It does have a great track record of beating. It only has those 2 misses in the last 5 years. And now shares are getting a little bullish again and busting out to these highs, which is what's driving the Dow Industrials. So this is definitely one to watch if you're interested in what may be happening with the Dow. And then we're going to get a industrials, because I believe the industrials are the ones that you want to also watch during this earnings season. Nobody's really cared about them the last couple of years, as you can see with PPG Industries, that they've been trading in this narrow trading range since 2015. So that hasn't been too good unless you bought in somewhere on some of those pullbacks and on those lows. But shares are back up there, testing the new 5-year highs here. And a company like this could really see some real benefit from those tax cuts. They're paying about a 29% effective tax rate last year, 29 to 30%. So look to see what that is going to be cut to. That could help some of these industrials. Plus just the industrial side, paint and coatings and those areas are doing real well now, really heated up globally. So PPG is definitely one you're going to want to watch. And then our fourth stock is also a Dow component because they're trading a little bit lower here. As you can see, around $160. They're a little bit further down the chain as far as the Dow components go, but they're number 9 on the list, and they're about 4.3% of the Dow Industrials now. As you can see, they too have a great track record of beating. Just the 2 misses, and the last one was in 2014. So that's been good, but people concerned about those declining revenues with IBM. One thing to watch, though, is that this could be a blockchain play, as any of these cloud companies are in the blockchain. So that might get a little bit of boost here and some play possibly on the conference call. We'll have to see. But otherwise, those shares are off the lows. And if you're interested in this blockchain side, the cloud, and also just these big Dow components, this is definitely one to watch later in the week. And then finally, we're going to start to get a few of the energy companies. Now, we haven't played that big of concern about the energies on this show, on the Earnings All-Stars, because most of them are basically have not had good earnings track records. But Schlumberger, as you can see here, SLB, this is on the services side, has only missed that one time in 2016 despite the downturn in oil prices. You can see the stock really went down to those lows in 2017. So it's definitely out of favor, but we've really seen the spike up higher in 2018 as those crude prices are now trading above 60. People think there'll be more spending here on the services side. and they may be right. So this is definitely something a lot of people on the energy side are going to be watching as Schlumberger kind of leads off that whole industry. So these are the 5 stocks which actually have really great track records. As you can see, they've only missed maybe once or twice in the last 5 years. That's really impressive because it's not easy to do that. But for whatever reason, some of their stocks have had some difficulties over that time period. But these big caps are ones to keep an eye on. These are what's rallying, especially on those Dow transports and some of these big components in the Dow industrials that are leading the industrials to new highs. Everybody's going to be watching these stocks this week. So be sure to tune in all during earnings season as I bring you all the best earnings charts. And also, if you're interested in the options plays, please go over to Zach's Live Trader. It's on YouTube. Dave Bartosiak's over there handling the options trades on many of these, and I know you want them because that's always interesting to see what happens with those options. So be sure to tune in here and on Zach's Live Trader all during earnings season. We'll bring you all the charts. I'll see you then.